So on page 8. Now, is the sub position the same? Yeah, it's at acquisition. It's never going to change. Now, let's get to the cumulative changes, because this is the one that'll mess people up. Let's go here. So, where are we now? It's the end of year 6, right? So you can put it here. So what are the changes in net income that have happened since we have owned this company? Well, year 5 and year 6. Year 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and year 10. Okay, so you're basically adding or subtracting or summing these two columns. So, we've got negative 3550 and negative 1580. So we've got year 5 and year 6. Why did I only do year 5 here? And I'm going to just put a 5 over this. Because we were at the beginning of year 6. Here we're in, so both year 5 and year 6 happened. So, then you 0 of the sub, and you should get 11836. So, take a second, stop, try that. The ending, make sure you know where everything's from. And if you guys, this calculation is the craziest, and of course you don't have to memorize, you'll have your books there, but it's confusing with this one, and all the time I end up here with balances or things like that here, or cumulative, and this won't be cumulative, so be really careful. Talk yourself through so that you really understand it. Okay, so just to recap for this, we take the parents' retained earnings balance, that's good, we're good with that. But you take the subs change since acquisition, and you go, oh, net income gets close to this. So, net income gets close to this, but all the changes we made on acquisition differential for consolidated aren't in the subs numbers. So we have to adjust for it ourselves using the cumulative changes. And then multiply by, unlike this where you did 2 separate little lines. Okay, I'm going to end. We will start with NCI short. Let's do it and hope it lets me keep going. So, if you have got questions with it, email me, you guys, because these are tricky. Okay, page 10. Now we need to calculate NCI at the end of, or for the consolidated balance sheet. So it's going to be end of year 6. And I don't think I ever ask you for NCI at the beginning of the year because it's always NCI for the balance sheet. It's always for the balance sheet. So it's for the end of the year. End. So, here's a formula. Or did we do this one last? Oh, I think we did. Sorry, guys, I've done problems in the meantime for helping people, and I don't even know what I did yesterday. Oh yes, we did it with both methods. So you can use either method from earlier, but I'm always going to keep using this one, NCI percentage times the subs carrying value of net assets at beginning of, end of year 6 plus the remaining balance in changes of AD schedule. Remaining balance. So that's new. We haven't done that. We did on the other one. Oh my God, today we haven't done it. So I'm going to use NCI 20%. So the subs value of net assets at the end of year 6, you just look on page 8 and you get 10,000 plus 17,800 for the retained earnings. And I want you to make a little note. This is always going to be same as at acquisition. So if they don't tell you in the little paragraph what the common shares are, look at the financial statements because they're going to be the same. Any change in common shares would change our percentage and requires entries, and then we've got to redo the consolidation. Plus the remaining balance in AD. So this is on page 8. And so is the remaining balance in AD. So where are we? Whenever you're looking at this schedule and you're going to try and use it, ask yourself, where are we and is it cumulative? Now, NCI is part of retained, not part of retained earnings, part of shareholders' equity. So it is also cumulative, like retained earnings. Okay? But in this case, we want the balance. So at the end of year 6, always say, where am I standing? Okay, we're over here. So where's the balance then? It's not this one, it's going to be this one. You 8134. Okay, you can complete the statements. And you're going to do it on page 8. We'll use the direct method on Blackboard as a spreadsheet, and you can use direct or working paper. The solution is there. Chapter 5. Okay. So the key thing, we're going to go here. I'll let you do this on your own because you really have to practice it at least once. It really does seem easy. Of course, Wiley Plus, you'll just be putting in your last number. Your calculations will be somewhere else, because we're not going to do the working paper method, because that would force you guys to do the entries, and I don't want you to have to do that. Okay, so let's just remind ourselves, where are we going to look for the information? Well, we need the schedule of changes in AD, and that's going to be for the balance sheet and the income statement. We have to close the intercompany or eliminate, can't spell, intercompany transactions. And then we look at our calculations, which are always net income, consolidated earnings, and NCI on the balance sheet. And with the net income consolidation, don't forget the parent, and NCI, break it up. That's what you really need it for. So look at all those sources, check them off as you do them, put them in. Don't forget goodwill, NCI to cancel off the investment, and so on. And put it in and see how you do. And the entries are also on Blackboard. You don't need to know them for Chapter 5. Chapter 4 is the last one you need to know them for. I know you guys have the notes, so you could easily do them, but I'm just keeping it the same as my daytime classes when I usually have you in class. Because there's a limit to your memory, and I don't want you to have to worry about trying to do it, because in class you don't have Excel that you can play around with. So, but go ahead and try it, because you guys are lucky. You can, all your work you can do it on calculators, on Excel, whatever. Okay, so finish that off. Hopefully it'll go well, and check under Blackboard, under Chapter 5, to find the solution. Okay, and we will start page 10 or section D when we get back on the next video. Bye.